Hello, my friends. Welcome to the open studio where we're going to be making a Sagittarius themed hand broom. I do this once a month live in my Facebook group. It's a private group called the Broom Closet. The people in the Broom Closet, they get to win this. So link is in the descriptions to that if you want to join the Broom Closet to perhaps win one of these. This is something I'll be doing all year long. We started Virgo, so we'll end in Leo, and then I'll decide if I'm going to do something else. As an open studio, it is just meant to kind of see what I do, get a touch of me, get a touch of the broom, maybe get some ideas if you're remaking. If you are learning and YouTube is just not quite cutting it or doing it for you, do check out my Broom Witch Academy, where I'm currently have broom making basics, the hand brooms, and more to come. All right, so Sagittarius season is upon us. And Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is my jam. I always say I'm a daughter of Jupiter. It's prevalent in my chart. I love Jupiter. Jupiter is about expansion and luck, but I do believe you create your own luck. So if you're like, blah, 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 that's the luck you're getting. If you're like, yes, that's the luck you're getting. Creating luck is also about doing good, right? Just do good in the world and it comes back to you. I digress about my luck speech, totally different. So Sagittarius, the color of Sagittarius is blue. The deity is anyone who's really like an archer, so oh God, was it Apollo? I forget the male ones, but the female one is, I say it wrong, Artemis. So let's just go with her other pantheon, which is Diana, the archer, right? So anything like the archer. Chiron is also associated. But I'm really focusing on being an archer. And like Sagittarius is about like learning and doing, they're learners, they're travelers, but they get that doing, right? They're about to head over into Capricorn, and Capricorn's really about doing. So I have a vision in my head. I probably should tell you about my vision. It is a hand broom and just like kind of a basic crumb brush, but a little bigger. First thing I'm going to do, I have this blue that I've dyed myself, and we're going to match it with this natural. And if you see, they're not matching, like size-wise, and that's not going to work for what I'm doing. I'm going to bring the natural down, and I'm going to just chop off some of the bottom. All right, because I don't want it to go everywhere, I'm going to put it in elastic. I know I have elastics everywhere. I'm just going to put, so this in a way is going to be a really simple one. We're going to start it off what I call like a round crumb brush right about there. And then we are going to flat stitch it. That's my plan. I don't know where it's going. Yep, I'm using my thigh, the bruises. Use a table, people. Don't do what I'm doing. Good enough. It's too little to do something, so it's going to go into my compost or my potted plants. Okay. Now I want a good amount. I want this to be hefty. And then I want it to be like, ooh. Okay, thoughts. Do you remember the Scorpio? And the Scorpio one, we did the purple inside and then that around it. I'm liking the natural is going to be inside. I thought I was about to mess this all up, like make it all messy and around, but no. Okay. That will flatten out nicely. Do I want some more blue? Like I'm in the go big, go home mode. A lot of my hand brooms lately. I'm going to add a little bit more blue. So when I do these are less practical, more magical, more of the Besom altar brooms. sweeping away negative energy, bringing in good stuff. That is, yeah. So this is gonna be thick. And that hint of natural. Putting natural color in, let's admit, when either dyed broomcorn costs a bit of money if you are purchasing. Ooh, I gotta do something in the middle. Sorry. Thinking thoughts. How do I want that middle of the handle to look? You gotta think about your inside of your handle when we're doing this. Glasses. All right. How do I want that broomcorn all to look? I want to get the someone didn't plan out, and that's okay. The best things sometimes are unplanned. I find broom making for me is sometimes just about the mistakes. I want that to be something, but if I think too much about that, what's going to happen? So what can I do? I'm opening it up. I'm going to pull out the blues. This is going to take way too much time. Do forgive me. Please forgive me. But this is the whole process. All right. This is what, if you're learning, if you're doing, I want you to be okay with revising your plan, starting something new, and then just see where it takes you. Right, that's most of the blue. I still have some blue left. God, this is tedious. But it's okay. Right, sometimes the best things take time, and you got to stop, regroup, breathe, and not rush it. Now, as someone who definitely has some like little ADHD, self-diagnosed, of course. Oh, and friend diagnosed. Like if there's not a friend or a family member who said like, yeah, Jen. If I said, no, I'm not ADHD, they would call me a big fat liar. It's so right. I got the gabby. What should I be talking about? Sagittarius. Sagittarius rules the thighs. So all zodiac signs, certain planets and things, rule certain body parts. So I always, there's a lot of Sagittarius in my chart. Lots of, I'm like Jupiter's in Sagittarius, like I'm blanking on everything in my chart right now that's in Sagittarius, but just know the majority of my stuff is in Sagittarius. Like I'll have like one over here and that, and then I'll have one over there and that. But I have like more than 4, like or 5 different planets in Sagittarius. So knowing that it rules the legs, I'm like, that's why my thighs are thick. I have lots of Sagittarius. Could be my eating habits too. Who knows? But let's just my strong thighs on all the Sagittarius, the Jupiter energy in my chart. Yeah, I think that's totally believable and doable. Okay, we got the blue out of that. We're almost got the blue out of this one. Blue is my favorite color. So Sagittarius is also a fire sign, mutable fire. I think that's where we get a lot of this action 2. All right. I'm always associated a little bit with the color red, probably because of the fire. I want to say its element is tin, and if I'm wrong, someone's going to correct me in the comments, and that is okay. I dabble in astrology. I am not an astrologer. And I'm always happy, I want to say, to be corrected, but perhaps we'll call it get new information. Okay. So we want to do something cute in the middle, right? Now, the easiest thing would be to make a circle. And due to time constraints, that was probably more feasible, is to make this into a circle. But I want some symbolism. What can we do on that? But only we know. All right, I have a plan. The number associated to, I'm trying to think of easy peasy, right? Like this is not some advanced, like we're doing like Merc work. Ever Merc work? Like if you watch her, she's amazing what she does. We're not doing that. We are doing something that someone is on YouTube going, I just need some ideas. We're doing something different. 3 is the number associated to, if you've watched me before, you know, I love that numerology. So 3 is associated. So what if we took 3 little blue bundles? We need elastics. And we're going to put them in the middle. Maybe in a bit of a triangle formula. So fire is the symbol for fire. We can put that down. Is a triangle. So let's make 3 little bundles. I should get smaller elastics one day. All right, 3 little bundles, little circles, but we're going to form them into a bit of a triangle. And that will give us our element of fire. And it will give us our numerology. So there we go. Again, I don't know sometimes what I'm doing until I'm doing it. And is that a bad thing? Is that a good thing? I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Doing it on the fly. Okay, get those flat. We have our elastics. Let's go in. I think I'm going to pull these down lower so I can pull them out after. They're not so circly if I don't go low. When I was young in the 90s, there was these little elastics people would put in their hair. I think that would have been a better way. I think I need to buy little hair elastics if I'm going to do these, not the big ones. All right, so round and round. This is not going to be perfect. I'm not going to waste any more time. Now let's pull out those little elastics because they're bugging me. Circle, circle. How do we want to do it? I think we're going to just go in and cut them. Or pull them right out. All right, that was the one that was really bugging me. tweezers would be a good thing. I'm going to learn to do this better. This is not something I do often. It's something I've thought about. It's going all sideways. I think we're actually getting a triangle. All right, enough on that. I know what symbolizes. It looks more like a heart. You know, I say it's enough. If you've watched me enough, you know, like these little things are going to drive me crazy. And I need to fix it. I'm totally not loving this. I am not loving it. Action, not perfection, people. I'm not loving it. I hate it. I had thoughts. I don't feel like it's working. Okay. Somehow, with all of my movement, it's become kind of a V in my mind. Let's just go with that. It looks kind of like a V. And if we are going with the archer and we're going with Diana, then think about that arrow shooting. And that's what we're focusing on, and that's what it is, and that's sometimes it is about the imperfections, and that's just okay. Down. Okay. We don't want to cut this after. I mean, we could. I want to make sure our blue is balanced around it. Okay, you, me, we know what this is all about. And let's now do the handle. All right, so which way is the arrow going? The arrow's going that way. We're going to have a little bit of a peep that way. Blue. I go on YouTube so I can show people how I can mess up. But then come back from it, right? They say if a baby falls the first time it tries to walk, are you going to say, yeah, walking's not for you? No, you're just going to try and try. Right? So try to remember that. Okay, so we got a balanced around. We got a little faux arrow. And if the point my direction, so when I flatten this, it's got to be a little bit more like that, I think, from that arrow, right? That. All right, so let's make this a handle. So I've decided black was going to be my thing. Not enough. Enough. So this is a simple jerk string. We will leave some stuff for not magic. Let's get that tightened. We're going to put a couple go-arounds prior to putting my jerk string in. Now, if you've also followed me, you know I like to put in some intentions. So with this twine, I do bind, calling upon Jupiter. Okay, most of this is in my head because I think it's kind of private sometimes. Would you like me to do a course on like broom magic, spells? It's in my head. So then we would actually go over how to make it, what to say. Nice and tight. How tight is it? It's very tight. Okay. I have to sometimes make sure nothing's going to come out. So I know we're at that tightness. I want to go up a few more. Like my jerk string to go in. Use your elastic, Jen. This jerk string is so warped. Tucking it in, using the elastic. Okay. I know, rubber band for you all not watching from Rhode Island. Rhode Island, if you learn one thing from me in Rhode Island, we say elastic. We say bubblers. I'll let you figure out what a bubbler is. We drink coffee milk. Okay, I don't personally drink coffee. Well, yes, now I kind of do. Coffee milk. All right, so that's my front, that's my side, that's my back. Just checking things out. All right, I like to get a handle. Brown or black? I was originally thinking black because I'm using black twine. But I really like how the brown is popping. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I fell. It's totally fine. I usually like use this to figure out how long it should be. But I'm also... Okay. My little knots. Everyone, I think, does it slightly different, these types of handles. Hangers, not handles. I do that all the time. Okay. Again, let's feed. That's going to be my front. Use my powerful. I'm not. The things that are in my head. Okay. Just gonna keep it to yourself, Jen. Content that was not made for children should be for children. Okay. Just in case. 2 and 3. I could do more spell work here. I just have my knot things. Oh yeah, I like the brown. I like the brown against the black. Okay. Hangers and jerk strings there. I'm just going to use my broomcorn. Tuck it in to hold. Except for I tucked my string in. All right, here we go. Let's continue up. I want to go probably about a good inch. I want this nice and thick. I'm just loving the colors right now. Sagittarius being, starts in the end of November, goes to not quite the end of December. It ends before winter, really, or right at the cusp there, right? Before Capricorn takes over. But I feel that winter vibe with the blues, anything December. I always feel it is winter, even though technically still fall until the solstice. I'm loving it. I'm feeling the brown really adds to that like old feeling. Yeah, I think the black would have been too new. But this gives it rustic. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Some rustic charm. But the blue, it's that cold blue, not that bright blue, right? It's the cold blue of December coming up. And I do have a charm. All right. So we have our arrow pointing that way towards the back. Oh, it's the lamest thing ever. Let's not acknowledge it any longer. Okay. We're not just it still represents 3. All right. We're nice, we are tight. We like not magic. If we do that class, not magic, definitely be in it. Okay. Now, shall we do silver or shall we do bronze? We have the silver. And then we have the bronze. Okay. Bronze fell. Is that a sign? Should we be taking it as a sign? I think the bronze goes better with the color choices we have. It's more muted, but do we want it to like bling? Bling. Oh God. This is gonna be hard. I can't. It's a half and half kind of thing. It's going to be silver. And that's how it's gonna be. All right. Handy dandy little floss threaders. Where is my string? My string goes all the way that way. Find my jerk string. Threader. And you know when I go silent, I'm thinking big. All right, ready? And we're done. So that can swing right around different places. Kind of ends up on the side, in the back. Okay. Wait, which is our front? How do I not like this? Which on the side? Where did you pull? Okay. My front's changing. And that is okay. Keep that. That's going to be the back. The blue. My front, I want my front to be open. Okay, because I'm adaptable. My favorite little vise I left at the farmhouse. This is my favorite one for bigger stuff. I mean, for smaller stuff. But I have this one. My son took 2 pieces of wood and he drew a bunch of holes in them. Thank you, Joshua. And yeah. So we use that vise. Ignore my string down there. Where do we say this is our front? I use elastics on this. It's spread this out because I really want it that kind of flame arrow effect. So I am spreading this wide. And there's some blue in the middle, and that is totally fine. I spent too much time. There's some. With the handle, right? Getting that right. So I'm going to spend less time on this. It is what it is. All right, I don't care that the back is all. I just want this. I want a V. Somewhere there's going to be more V's. Okay. Let's flatten it way down here. Good enough. And we need an elastic. Pro tip, keep all your stuff where you can find it. So again, this is just a very, very simple vise. My other one has screws, and I do have a bigger one that has screws. This one I go through a lot of elastics on it, but the thing is with the ones with the screws, sometimes the screws stick out, and then I'm getting my string on the screws. Okay, let's put away our thread, or floss thread. I probably fell. Okay, there's some black here. It's not the black I was going to start with. This is waxed thread. And I always grab more than I'm going to need. And when I was starting, I did have the needle here. And it's probably have fallen. So we're not going to bother trying to find that. I know I have a box of some over here. Okay, so we have our needle. We're going to thread our wax thread. Again, way more than I need. But then sometimes midway I'll be like, I would like to do more. We just anchor this here, go through my loop. I'd rather have more than have like, oh, sugar, I didn't have enough. We're going to do a flat stitch here. So we're at least going to do 2 rows of flat stitching, and we'll probably be able to use all of this thread. And I'd like to use the same thread for me. Everyone's going to be different. You know, you're going to find a broom maker who does it slightly different. The only thing that really matters is that everything like holds together, right? So if they're showing you a way that holds it all together, and I'm showing you a way that holds it all together, that's all that matters, right? Yeah. Okay. Here. In between. First one is always kind of a little bit more of a pain. And I double up on it. Just to make sure it's all nicely tied. And sometimes, like right now, I'm not loving it. And I don't know. I think I'm just being really judgy with myself today. Did not sleep well. I also think the glasses that I have found in the bottom of my sewing basket might be a different strength than I'm up to now. It's okay. You just always make sure it's not loosey-goosey on the other side. Sometimes that happens. The loosey-goosiness. And for me, I want to make sure I don't get hooked on there because that can happen. And then I'm under. Especially when you're using a lot of thread, you can make some boo-boos. Take your time. Flat stitching. I always feel that I'm still, each time I feel so new at it. And I'm always impressed with myself when it goes well. I do not make flat stitched brooms often, but then I will go in phases. I'm good at moving my blue. Over a little bit. There we go. Everything's fixable. Sometimes it's not knowing how to do something, it's knowing where to find the answer or how to fix something. Yeah. You can't know it all, but knowing how to fix something or not, or taking the time to learn how to fix something, or just having the patience to fix something, it's half the battle. In my other life in corporate America, when I was training people, I would be like, it's not about knowing it, it's about knowing where to find the answer. The knowing is fixable, right? But of course, we want to do it right if we can. I've always told my kids everything is fixable except for death. So, right, when they're no longer teenagers, they're adults. But I don't know. There's always something just in our day and age that you worried about suicide and things. So I think letting them always know that everything is fixable except for death. Like, we can fix this, whatever it is. Remember, it's fixable and it's just a moment. Okay, deep philosophies here today. All right, so that actually came out pretty good, and I like it. And we're going to make another one underneath it. So as I said, I like to use the same thread. So I'm just going to go in sidewards. I just feel this just helps me for integrity. This is not my favorite needle, by the way. I misplaced my favorite needle. Oh, I grabbed my knot strings for the magic. So this is still nice and tight, and I'm coming down, I don't know, about my thumb, 2 inches, 1.5 inches. Doesn't matter, I don't think, where you do your flat stitching next. I think it's just a visual choice. So do what you may. That. Not wanting to make it tight, want to make sure it stays that flat. To come in. Now it's only, okay. There's my double. Remember, slight imperfection here and there is good. For that, for some reason, there was a little bit of broom corn that went over under. I'm okay with it. I just probably came in somewhere. I'm not going to overthink it. I allow myself like 1 or 2 imperfections. And that way, you're like, yeah, this was made by a real person. All right, make sure you don't pull it out. Sometimes I pull it out of my eye accidentally. The eye of the needle. And it's just kind of therapeutic in a way. Watching this come together, being in a rhythm. Yes, in Hand Broom Basics, there is a bonus on flat stitching. So I do teach you how to flat stitch on something small and a crumb brush. We make a round crumb brush in the course. And then we do the flat stitching. But if you know I'm going in straight and then in diagonally, depending on which side I'm on. And sometimes you get your finger. But you can move your needle around. And I am not the flat stitch police. So do it as you see fit. Just as long as it doesn't fall apart after. I'm going to do that in the middle, the end. All right, so I do not have enough for another row down there. I could make another row down up here if I wanted to with the amount that I have, but I'm feeling like I like it. Let's take a look. I like it. It's flaring out. I feel that arrow. See, like I wanted that kind of arrow look with Sagittarius. I think I'm getting that arrow look. So that arrow look, yeah, I'm liking it. 2 is good. So 3 is the number. I have just enough that I could do something. Oh, she's going to do it. She's going to do something different. She just says she liked it. I probably should check the time. I'm not going to check the time. Did it all come through? It all came through. You're my way. Go up there. I do. I want one more for that 3. So I did it. I kind of came in and made a little knot so you can't see that one coming up. There, just going to tuck it in. Double. Now that knot is coming through. I'm just going to tuck it in. So we said the magic number is 3, right? So that's only how many stitches I'm going to make on this. So then I think I'm going to be like down to the wire. All right, so this is my 1. Okay, no, you know what? It's going to be sections. So we have 3 sections. So this is section 1. If I do 1 knot there, that will be section 3. Okay. So 2 stitches for 3 sections. And that's going to make me happy. I'm about to lose my amount of thread. I was all like, oh, I have so much thread. There we go. Get the ends out. Nice and tight. Okay. This is my last stitch, and I'm just going to go tight. So I'm going to go around here once, kind of knot it. And then, so that's a little knot there. I'm tucking it in. I'm going to go out way down there. Oh. I swore I had my, okay, my scissors. So I kind of squeeze this tight and get the tension. I don't know if you can see. Squeezing it tight, tension, boop, and that pops back in there, never to be seen again. Okay, so here it is, the Sagittarius themed hand broom. Sorry, I got things going on this fogging. We got to fix it. Straggler. I feel it's very rustic looking. All right, things that I like and things that I'm going to fix right now. I have 2 strands of twine here that I'm leaving on for not magic. So the person who ends up with this can choose to cut them off or add their own little not magic or add their own little charms in it. But I think this is charming. Like, so let's take a look. So we have our Sag charm. We have that not as flat as I would want. So I am gonna just trim a bit. Just a little bit. But the more I trim, the less of the dye is gonna show up. So I'm gonna stop that. Okay, so we're gonna just leave it nunsy pansy. Just love the colors. All right, that I'm gonna get rid of. Just a bit. Okay, so those are both nice and short. Yeah, charm, hanger, not handle, handle, the swept. And I feel it has that arrow. Like I want that arrow energy in there. Okay, that, I don't know. What would you call it? We try things, they work. We try things, they don't work. More planning. So I would definitely play with those again, but not while filming or doing a live. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you all. If you're watching this on YouTube, you know what to do. Subscribe if you're not already subscribing, comment, give it a thumbs up, all that great thing that makes it find the people that need to find it. And I appreciate you all. Thank you.